I welcome to each and everybody on this occasion. To start with, we are going to have the Vande Matram. All are hereby requested, please stand up and we will have the Vande Matram. Please stand up. Start.
Vande
Vande
Mataram.
Mataram. Vande Mataram.
Mataram. Sukadam Suvana
Sukhadam Varadajasitalam
Sitala Rakashamala Mataram Vande Mataram
Brojyotsna Pulakitayamini
Yamini Mulakushumitar Numadala Sobhini
Suvas
Vasini
Mataram.
Maram
Vande
Mataram
Mataram. Vande
Mataram
Vande.
Mataram.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. ओके आज के वेबिनार के लिए जो टॉपिक अपन लिया है वो है वैल्यूज स्किल्स स्टाइल्स एंड कॉम्पिटेंसीज ऑफ हाईली इफेक्टिव पर्सनैलिटीज एंड विथ स्पेशल रेफरेंस टू एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर्स। तो इस विषय पर हमें जानकारी देने के लिए या हम सबको कुछ ना कुछ तो भी मिलेगा और कुछ ना कुछ तो भी इंसाइट्स हमें जरूर मिलने वाले हैं कि जो हम अपने पर्सनल लाइफ में, फैमिली लाइफ में, सोशल लाइफ में या अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल लाइफ में वो इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं। सो आई वुड लाइक टू रिक्वेस्ट डॉक्टर A.K. सेनगुप्ता, please have the opening remarks and also introduce the today's speaker. So Dr. A.K. Sengupta, please.
Professor Bagate, thank you very much. And I think it's a pleasure to be with all of you, the esteemed members over here. And good evening to everybody. And we are in for a very, very interesting discussion on a very relevant and topic for all of us. And that is the styles, the competencies, the habits, the behavioral pattern of the successful and the effective people. And to talk on this particular topic, there cannot be a better person than my close friend, Dr. Keshab Nandy. We have chosen Dr. Keshab Nandy for several reasons, but the most important reason is he has been a very successful person. He has been a successful person in the corporate world. He has been a successful person as a teacher, trainer. I know him for about last 2 decades or so. He has been working he migrated from the banking world from a senior vice president, Unit Trust of India, to a very senior position, Reserve Bank of India, and then went to become the CEO of a very large distillery unit called TI Industries. And from there, he shifted to the regular MBA teaching, that is at Narsimonji, I mean to say, and he is today considered one of the most coveted faculty members of the Narsimonji Khargar campus. So on behalf of all of you, I extend a very, very hearty welcome to Dr. Keshab Nandy. And we are sure that Bagade sir said that we are in for a very, very interesting, a very, very engrossing discussion. He is an outstanding speaker, and I'm sure that we will all enjoy his talk. Professor Nandy, the floor is open to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir, for saying such good words about me. You are an elder brother. I understand whatever you say. I very respectfully accept that.
Dr. Nandi sir, please.
Sir, can
We
you hear me,
welcome
sir?
all of you. We will welcome Dr. Nandi sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mahode sir. And I am very happy that you have organized such a good, gathering and good topic, so that it gives a lot of reflection on all of us. Because once upon a time, we have been administrators, all of us. Okay, so I started up my career as a deputy collector, and I was there. Then I came to RBI, UTI, then private sector, as CEO and all that. And now I am giving back everything to the students, all my learning, whatever I have learnt about, managerial skills, values, styles, and the type of competencies and whom you consider to be effective. Because I came across many efficient people during my long career, but I hardly came across very few effective people. So there is a big difference being efficient and effective. So because somebody can be efficient, but he not all are effective. Okay, so that is how when you become an administrator and a lot of administrative decisions are at your disposal, you have to be effective, because just being efficient, that is at a theoretical level, it does not help in any way, right? So we'll be discussing step by step as to what are the changes that has overtaken us in the last couple of decades, especially post globalization, and especially in the last couple of years, which has, and especially in the last couple of months, which has totally taken us by surprise, right? So a new sort of leadership dynamics is emerged. Then which value is right, which value is wrong, whether values they have sustenance level, okay, and what are the skills which are required now, what are the styles which are required now. So all these things to be successful in the current situation, in the present international situation, turbulent situation, and in the corporate how we are dealing with it, and we are facing the questions every day in the university. Students are asking, sir, is this style relevant now? Only yesterday you had said about values. What value does Trump espouse when he imposes 50% tariff on India for importing oil from Russia, but allows China to go scot free? Because Chinese, materials they need for their business. So Chinese earth material they need. We don't have anything. We have pharmaceuticals that they can get from. So unless so, whether your values are based on your ability to manipulate, your ability to bargain, and that decides your values. So that is a very important part of values. Then skills, whatever skills you learn today, that becomes redundant tomorrow. If you are talking about artificial intelligence today, you never know. Tomorrow it will be totally overtaken by something called something called predictive intelligence. So when the entire business will be depending on predictive intelligence, that time the role of artificial intelligence will come down. And after 3 years down the line or 2 years down the line, there will be some other type of intelligence, curative intelligence. So all these situations are happening. So how many times you upgrade your skill? Like my father worked as a successful person, effective person, without upgrading his skill for nearly 40 years. But I, every with a armed with a lot of degrees, PhDs and all that. But still, like Sita, every day I have to walk through fire to prove that my skill is relevant. Because the whole world is telling, no, your skill is outdated, get lost. Unless you upgrade your skill, get lost. We don't need you. And on the face of that, I'm asking every day, what are the skills I should learn? And trying to learn step by step. Is there any?
Please go ahead, Nandi sir.
Okay. Then comes your styles. Your styles of leadership is totally different today. The reason is the humanistic style that we followed and we became very successful in our way. Now that has been totally overtaken by a lot of hard skill components. Because every day in some of the companies with which I am associated, they say that the HR department, which was 30, it has become 2 now, because all the works are being done by the artificial intelligence. So all the cases pertaining to leave, salary, and all that, the people are not required. So in that sort of situation, what sort of style you require to be successful in the organization? It was earlier man to man. Now it is man to machine. So your ability to manipulate the machine, to learn how to operate the machine, to get the best result out of the machine, that is what is going to decide today's success. So in all these situations, the role of administrator has become totally, I should say, very subsidiary, especially in corporate sector. Maybe in government sector, they still have a lot of roles to play in government sector. Okay, but as far as corporate sector is concerned, most of the administration is done by the machines now. Okay, and that is how it is 100% foolproof, no bias, no performance appraisal needed for machines. For men, it is required. The entire performance management system has become redundant. Today morning only, I was talking in Bank of Baroda to their senior officer, and this was the issue they are telling, that the performance management system, how will it work when 80% of our work will be done by machines? What sort of performance management system you require? Then I spoke on that. Anyway, but here I think we should need not go to that. So we'll be telling actually what are the components which are required. Okay. So as I told you, the hard skills, which comprises of machine learning and different dimensions of the design of the machines which solve our day-to-day problems, organizational issues, all these are solved. When the hard skill is a common factor in both the organizations, then how do I compete with my competitor? You may be thinking that my entire talk is thrust on corporates. Yes, that is what, because corporates have only given us, the highest growth rate in the world. If today our growth rate is the highest in the world, I should say the dedication and the skill of the corporate sector has reached its peak. It does not mean that they cannot improve. They are improving, because you are targeting a growth rate of minimum 15% or 10%, so that we can reach anywhere near China. But that does not undermine the role of the government sector, because they will have to play the big facilitator role. But yes, the movers and shakers will be always the corporate guys. Okay. So that is why my thrust will be mostly towards that, because otherwise you cannot understand that how the hard skill is countervailing the hard skill. Hard skill is countervailing the hard skill, because in government sector we do not work on competition. One of the reasons I left deputy collector's job was that there was no competition there. Okay, so whatever I do, that is the best. And if I was inefficient, then people will come and fall at my feet and they will worship me. Okay, so but it is not the case in corporates. If I am inefficient, I'm out. I'm simply thrown out. I'm out. So competition is a very important factor which decides that the hard skill cannot give you cutting edge, because the same hard skill my competitor can have, then where from I get the cutting edge? So I'll have to depend on soft skills, which will give me cutting edge over my competitor. And the soft skill will include everything: values, skills, styles, competencies, all these things will be included in that. So we should try to focus more and more on soft skill, leaving the hard skill part to the machines. Machines will do, because the machine, even if it is run by my competitor organization, it will give the same result. And if it is run by my own organization, it will give the same result. उसमें कोई मैजिक नहीं है. Magic है here. It is in the soft skill area, and we'll be talking about that. So soft skills are non-technical, as I told you, that it is non-technical, interpersonal, Okay, so it is in between person to person, and communication skills that determine how you interact with others. Because only when your interpersonal skill is at its highest, your communication skill is at its highest, you are in a position to extract the best out of your colleagues, out of your team members, because they have the potential, but many of their potential do not get actualized because in the absence of proper interpersonal and communication skills, they remain incipient in them, right? So these are the soft skills. One is communication, teamwork, time management, problem solving, and leadership. So what is communication? Many times you feel that communication is something when you say it very well. I have seen it. Many of my friends in the corporate or even in the present now in the university, they speak very good English, Victorian English, Shakespearean English, and they communicate very well. They go back home and proclaim before their children and wife that I spoke very well today. But is it that is the test of communication? It is not so. Because people they heard him, they go back home and tell their wives, अरे हमारा बॉस था इतना रद्दी आज क्या बात कर रहा था हम कुछ समझ नहीं पा रहे थे and he was making all nonsense comments, right? That means your communication was not successful. So just to tell you one important thing, that communication is always ulta. Communication is not what you say, but what you get in return. If you are getting in return, that decides whether your communication was successful or not. And that takes us that the type of communication we have. One is verbal, the other one is non-verbal. So verbal communication is not always effective, especially in the corporate sector. Verbal communication is not always effective. You know why? Because it basically depends on words to communicate. And words, by their nature, after repeated use, they lose their significance, they lose their meaning, they lose their poignance, they lose their effectiveness. I'll give you a very funny example, you'll understand. That earlier time when I was studying my masters, one of my friends one day told another girl in the class, in the corridors, he said, I love you. The entire campus was on fire. Everybody, anywhere you go to the canteen, you go to the play field, you go to the library. अरे ये ना X ना उसको I love you बोल दिया. But today, every day in the corridor, the campus in which I teach, the boys and girls, they interlocute and they tell I love you at least 1 crore times in a day. And do you know what is the response of the girl? The girl says, हाँ मेरे को तो आज 15 लोग बोल चुके हैं I love you. You are 16th person. तुम्हारे पास एक्स्ट्रा क्या है? तुम एक्स्ट्रा कुछ बोलो भाई. भाई घिसा पिटा आई लव यू बोल दिया तो 15 लोग बोल चुके हैं मेरे को. So what has happened now is, friends, that the word love which used to create magic during my time, the entire campus was on fire because somebody told somebody I love you. Now it has become a घसा पिटा word after repeated use. एंड कुत्ता बिल्ली चिड़िया सबको आई लव यू बोलते बोलते हम लोग ने लव वर्ड का सत्यानाश कर दिया. This is not only for love, but this is for all the words. They do not communicate what they used to communicate earlier because of repeated use. Then how do you communicate? How do you communicate? If words are not able to communicate, we have only option to communicate through body language. And body language is very powerful. Body language has a lot of nuance. It has a lot of variety. As a result of which, body language can be very communicative, and it can be so powerful. And I need not, I may be excused. My voice is slightly choked. I am trying to kindly cooperate with me. Okay. So body language is always very communicative. It is very powerful. That is why I need not ask you which part of the body is more powerful. All of you will answer, yes, it is eyes. Eyes are the most powerful part of your body language. You can communicate the whole universe through your eyes. You can communicate the whole universe through your eyes. During our time, how we used to communicate love to somebody? Only through eye contact, because you cannot open your mouth. If you open your mouth, then principal will rusticate you. So how do you do it? So everywhere, body language is very effective. And in any interview, whether it is government sector or corporate sector, okay, how the questions are decided. Like I act in the interview boards of many of the organizations, including government bodies. The interview board is sitting, and suppose there is top sound, the girl is coming for the interview. She says, may I come in? Please come in. She has been taught, trained by her parents, by her teachers, that घुसते ही आप आई कांटेक्ट करो, इंटरव्यू बोर्ड मेंबर का साथ आई कांटेक्ट करो. So the poor girl is looking at everybody trying to make eye contact. So what is happening in the eye contact? Actually, the moment the girl makes eye contact, she sends a message, she sends a communication, which I was emphasizing now. She is communicating to me. And if that communication is complementary, I say, there is a lot of character in her eyes. There is a lot of conviction in her eyes. There is a lot of self-confidence in her eyes. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll try to test her knowledge by asking simple questions. मेरे पास तो सब क्वेश्चन का भंडार है ना. Then she will be able to answer. I will select her. But suppose she sends the communication message to me through her eye contact, where I find कि उसका आंख थोड़ा छटपट हो रहा है. Okay, then I get a feeling she is restless and possibly बहुत चालू है. एंड इस तरह चालू लड़की को रिक्रूट करना कंपनी के लिए ठीक नहीं रहेगा. इट विल बी रिस्की. सो देन व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू डू, मेरे पास सब क्वेश्चन का भंडार है. I'll try to test his ignorance. In the earlier case, I was testing that girl's knowledge. But here I will try to test her ignorance. I'll ask, yes, ma'am, tell me, what is the weight of moon? Neither she knows what is the weight of the moon, nor I know. But the poor girl has been rejected. So now, my friends, you will understand how powerful is the communication. And in this communication, body language plays a very important role. Okay, that is how communication. The most important part of communication is body language. So when we train our officers in the corporate, or when I take their classes in the university, I tell them that you communicate with a combo effect, both body language and your verbal communication. And in verbal communication, try to choose words, though I have said that words, they lose their luster, words, they lose their importance. But still there are words, they are called hypnotic words. They do not lose their luster. I'll give you an example. Suppose I ask you, how was the play today? How was the movie today? The moment you answer interesting, please remember the hypnotic index of the word interesting is 5. But the moment he says it is not interesting but amazing, oh, how was the play, sir? Oh, it was amazing. The hypnotic index of the word amazing is 9. So obviously the communication will be more effective if you use the word amazing. So in our communication, as far as verbal communication is concerned, we must pick up more and more hypnotic words in our communication. And adding that to your body language. Body language, not only eye contact, but your gesticulation, your words, your smile. Most of the time we underestimate smile. But please remember, that smile can actually move wonders. It can move mountains. But we do not smile. We Indians are very serious people. We believe that anybody who smiles must be a very loose person, not a very serious person. Especially when I was in the civil service, I have seen we are watched so that we do not smile and send a wrong signal to the people, to the public who come to meet us. Right? But when I came to corporate, I entirely changed the equation that unless somebody smiles, he cannot be part of my team. Right? Because you can disarm people. You can disarm people. You can create a lot of vibes in the other person if you smile. And that is why, sorry, and it does not cost anything. It does not cost even 1 paisa to smile. But we are so conservative. When I travel abroad, I see you get into a lift, and that person, he is an American, he is a British or whatever. Immediately he smiles at you and says, "Oh, you look like either an Indian or Bangladeshi or Pakistani. What are you really?" I said, "Sir, kindly don't make brand me either Bangladeshi or Pakistani. I am 100% Indian." Then he smiles, he laughs and all that. And then we move to something, how is Bombay, this place, that place. But have you ever seen it happening amongst the Indians in India inside the lift? No. The moment I am in lift and you get in, I become uncomfortable. अरे ये आदमी किधर से आ गया, कब निकल के जाएगा? आई एम वेटिंग व्हेन इन 9th फ्लोर यू गेट आउट. ओह बच गया. अरे इतना बोरिंग आदमी था, खड़ा हुआ था पत्थर जैसा, भगवान जैसा. ठीक है. So it is not in our culture that we smile, but smile creates a lot of vibes, and it can change the situation immediately. Because if you are smiling at somebody, try it from tomorrow. You smile at somebody, unless he is a monster or villain, he has to smile you back. Though I tell my in the university, I tell that girl students should be slightly circumspect when they smile at others, because sometimes it can send wrong signal. But I have seen Indian males are more serious. They will not smile. They have nothing to lose. They have nothing to lose. They don't bother about signal. And if signal goes right or wrong, it comes to their benefit also. So that is why, but still, we never train our children, we never train our boys how to smile and win the game. So that is about, you know, so friends, in soft skill, that plays, in communication, that plays a very important role. Right? Now, before we say that, yes, so communication is over. So communication, if you have any question on the points I'm discussing, please note it down and ask me at the end. Okay, so that was about communication. Then comes teamwork. Please remember that when we say that anybody, all of you may be knowing that Draupadi married 5 husbands, because she was praying to Lord Shiva that you give me a husband, she had said, a husband, who will be very good warrior, who will be very good, dharmic, who will be very good Malla Yodha. All these things में expert एक आदमी होगा. तो Lord Shiva बहुत दयालु भगवान होते हैं, तो he had said yes. But then Narad Muni came and spoiled the fun. Narad Muni said, "Sir, आपने ये तो गड़बड़ कर दिया, आपने तथास्तु कैसे बोल दिया?" This girl, stupid girl, was asking that one person में ये सब चाहिए उसको. मगर इस तरह आदमी तो आजकल हम मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ही बंद कर दिया है. और नारद मुनि सेड कि इस तरह आदमी हमने आजकल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ही बंद कर दिया है. We will be good at all the skills. Then Lord Shiva said, मैं इतना बड़ा भगवान, I cannot take back the boon that I have given to her. So ना मेरे पास रास्ता है, नारद मुनि, क्या है ना उसको एक एक स्पेशलिस्ट एरिया से दे देते हैं 5 हस्बैंड. Like, will she be able to manage 5 husbands? Now that is the price she has to pay for being so unduly ambitious or getting one husband but with 5 specialist qualities, which is impossible. That takes us to this point, teamwork. And that is why teamwork is essential, because in your team somebody will be like, when I was CEO of that company, always I used to have in my team. I know I am very good communicator. I present very well. I argue very well. But in logical thinking or analytical skill, मेरा थोड़ा कमी है. So in those areas, I used to keep specialists. I used to keep specialists in some other area in which I am slightly weak. Okay, winning customers. Okay, all these, and then our team was performing at its best. So teamwork is needed so that your team performs at its best, because all the team members are experts and they are contributing to it. Then time management, that is very important. Now all of you will be understanding how much value our Prime Minister gives for timely completion of project, which was not a virtue earlier. 100 साल लगता था एक ट्रेन लाइन बनने के लिए, 50 साल लगता था, 10 साल, 15 साल. Okay, so now it does not happen. So here the opening date is announced, the day it is commissioned, the foundation stone is laid, they will announce this is the date it will be opened. That has to be the spirit. Then only you can aspire to become a superpower, otherwise not. So same thing with us also in corporate and all that. So we try to talk about, do the first class time management. But in our personal life, if you want to be effective, I'm again giving importance on effective, not efficiency. Efficiency या घर के रखो, पकड़ा बनाओगे वो बनाओगे, efficiently बनाओ. मगर efficiency को अगर actualize नहीं कर पा रहे हो, वो efficiency को कोई value नहीं है. So right, so now in corporates, when we talk about effectiveness, the first point comes time, timeliness of job delivery. If job delivery ठीक टाइम पे नहीं होके 2 घंटे के बाद होता है, 2 दिन के बाद होता है, then what has happened? जिसका मेरा कॉम्पिटिटर का ठीक टाइम पे जॉब डिलीवरी हुआ, he becomes leader. And next day मैं जॉब डिलीवरी करके I'll become a follower. If you are a follower, you are condemned. If you are a leader, then you lead. So that is why. So time is very important. But in personal life, you should always try to maintain the distinction between quantity time and quality time. Many of us, we do not do that. Always try to schedule it from today. Okay, I'll maintain a distinction between quantity time and quality time. So quality time means जो आपका प्रोजेक्ट बनाने में, आपका इम्प्लीमेंटेशन में वेरी वाइटल, उसके ऊपर कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं होगा. एंड क्वांटिटी टाइम हाँ हो सकता है. इफ आई गिव यू एन एग्जांपल यू विल अंडरस्टैंड. लाइक व्हेन आई वाज वर्किंग इन रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, I had my quarter in Bangalore, and my quarters was near the airport. Those days इतना डेवलप नहीं हुआ था ये जो डिजिटलाइज्ड कम्युनिकेशन. So and so everybody will either telephone to the airport, अरे मेरा फ्लाइट राइट टाइम में है. वो एयरपोर्ट में इंडियन एयरलाइंस भी था, द टाइम इंडियन एयरलाइंस, उनके लोग भी सो जाते थे कभी कभी. वो आइदर टेलीफोन पिकअप करेंगे तो नहीं करेंगे. So the poor fellow has no option to reach the airport on time, to find that the flight is 2 hours late. Oh, क्या करेगा? तो फ्लाइट के पास ही तो नंदी का घर है, चलो उधर जाके बैठ के थोड़ा पकौड़ा चाय खा के उसका टाइम सत्यानाश करते हैं. तो आके बैठ के मेरे साथ बर्बाद करेंगे, मेरा बर्बाद करेंगे, बीवी के, बच्चे का, सबका. My child is busy in her project, his project work. I am busy in doing some project work, and all of us are disturbed. So this is a peculiar case of where quantity time has damaged the quality time. So you should never try to allow quantity time to damage your quality time. Yes, after quality time is over, if you have time for quantity time, you celebrate that, do whatever you want. but never the clash between the two. Then problem solving, we need in the corporates now people those are problem solvers, not problem creators or problem suckers or problem shifters. Okay, so I, coming from a modest, humble background, you can say lower middle class background, I am a self-made person. मैं खुद लड़ाई करके ऊपर उठा हूं. So in any project situation, I was always giving preference to them. You know why? From my experience, I've seen. If people those who come from sheltered background, बाप बड़ा ऑफिसर है, माँ बड़ा ऑफिसर है, भाई बड़ा ऑफिसर है, there are so many people to protect you. कुछ भी काम नहीं करने का आपको कुछ भी नहीं चैलेंज लेने का, कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व नहीं करने का. And then when I send you to a project situation, if I opened a sort of project opening in Rajasthan or this place, that place, they are totally cut off. They say ये नहीं हो रहा है, ये काम नहीं कर रहा है, वो नहीं कर रहा है. I used to get 10 mails from such people, and all analysis I have done, and I have seen that they are the people those who come from protected, sheltered background, thoroughly spoiled kids. So whenever घर में प्रॉब्लम होता था, मेरा भाई देख लेगा, मेरा बाप देख लेगा, मेरा माँ देख लेगा, इधर कौन देखेगा, कोई नहीं है, तो सीईओ को एक मेल भेज के चुप के बैठ जाओ कि ये प्रॉब्लम हुआ. So then I decided that all projects I'll give to those who are self-made people. In the interview, I could find out कि लड़ाई करके ऊपर कौन उठा है मेरे टीम में, मैं उसको ही दूंगा. And truly, they will never escalate anything to you. They will try to solve the problem themselves, and they will not bother to inform you also. And if somewhere they are slightly shaky, they will say, sir, the problem was like this, I have solved it this way. So whether I was right, sir, or will you guide me to do it better next time? This is the way it has to be. This is the way it has to be. This is the way a winner is defined. A winner is defined like this. Not only I have been a winner all through my life, but I have made many people winner with my approach like this. So please give a lot of importance to problem solving. Then leadership is something, leadership is something that is different from person to person. You cannot identify one type of leadership, though I teach leadership styles, autocratic leadership, democratic leadership, free reign. बहुत कुछ पढ़ाता हूँ कॉलेज में. And all my students, they become very good managers and all that. Then when I ask them, अच्छा कौन सा leadership style तुमने adopt किया? बेटा you have been very successful, and I have come to your company to have a cup of tea with you. That time they will say, sir, to tell you very frankly, मैं सबका combo effect बना के मेरा अपना एक leadership style बनाया, and that is the most successful style, right? So friends, don't go by the classic definition of democratic style or autocratic style. Okay, all these free reign, both right, but a leader should have his own leadership style. Like if you look at Modi ji, then you will know that he has not learned leadership from anybody. He has developed his own leadership style. The entire world is foxed. His rating is the highest in the world now, and nobody can say that he has rigged it, because the agencies are all American agencies, European agencies. They give him the highest rating among all the statesmen in the world. Okay, Trump भी उसके पीछे है, 3 नंबर या 4 नंबर पे है. So who taught him leadership? So please be very flexible in your leadership style. You may be having your own unique leadership style, which others may not be following. Okay, yeah. Then what are the hard skills? Hard skills you understand very well. One is your technical skill. Your technical skill, that is always hard skill. That how with the help of technology things happen when you are operating in UPI or making payment or whatever. That is the hard skill, and it is measurable. It is measurable. Your hard skill competency can be measured from the outcome you hit. Like my son initially said, Papa, you are useless. You cannot do this. You cannot book even car in Ola or Uber, or you cannot make this payment also through UPI. देन मैं सीख के उसको सीखा. अभी बोलता है हाँ अभी अभी तुमने स्टैंडर्ड तुम्हारा आ गया, ठीक है ठीक है. So it is measurable. If earlier my score was 0, you can say it is 60 or 70 now. For a person of 68 years of age, I am. Though my students in the campus, they say Nandi sir is the youngest person in the campus. Because I try to master all the youthful skills, because I learned NLP. I teach NLP. So NLP teaches you that if you're mentally you have programmed something, body is a slave of the mind. So body has no option other than obeying the dictates of the mind. तो माइंड को प्रोग्राम करो. तो माइंड को मैं प्रोग्राम करता हूँ कैसे बच्चों के साथ नाचना है, गाना गाना है, डांस करना है. तो बॉडी अपने आप करता है, बॉडी का कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है. वो बेचारा कुत्ता है, जो माइंड उसको डिक्टेट करेगा वही करेगा, राइट. So that is measurable. Then learned through education. Yes, hard skill is taught. That is why engineering colleges are there, management colleges are there. Job specific knowledge, you are taught job specific knowledge, not which is not job specific. Which job requires. Now, if job requires artificial intelligence, we are teaching artificial intelligence only, right? If tomorrow the job demands predictive intelligence, we'll teach that only. सो जॉब जो डिमांड करता है हम उसको सिखाते हैं, ठीक है. हम उसको कोई इसोटेरिक नहीं सिखाते हैं. लाइक अर्लियर डेज व्हेन एनीबॉडी वाज any foreigner, I have asked many people, okay, many foreigners, they will be in India, okay, then you ask, sir, why have you come to India? They will say, in search of knowledge. दाढ़ी वाड़ी छोड़ के सब बोलेंगे, in search of knowledge, I am walking in the Himalayas in search of knowledge. So if we had so much of knowledge at that time, then how is it that our growth rate was only 3%? Okay, which was very contemptuously branded by Professor Mahalanovis as Hindu rate of growth. And that was coming in our way of getting World Bank loan, so IMF loan. Okay, because they are saying no, their growth rate is only 3%. So what I'm trying to tell is, knowledge which gives productivity, that is what we are interested in. And that is what I teach. Knowledge which gives productivity. And that is what is going to make me superpower again. And that is why I am interested in that. Right? So, job specific knowledge. Examples like coding, finance, and all that. These are some examples. Now come to the important part, that is soft skill. Then what is soft skill? Interpersonal, and it is intangible. All of you know what is tangible, what is intangible. I was just giving you the example of smile. Smile. We say smile and see the difference. Smile at the person and see the difference, how he accepts you, how he responds to your proposal. Right? So now that is intangible. If somebody asks you how many kgs of smile you have spent today, how many grams of smile you have done, it cannot be quantified. So that is the greatness of soft skill, that it cannot be quantified. It is intangible, right? But it is so powerful. So that is interpersonal, yes. Then developed through experience, yes. Now if I say so, I am telling from experience. When I was in civil service, I was taught to look very serious, very severe, not cutting jokes anywhere, because that will dilute my position as deputy magistrate or something, right? So that is what I was warned कि आपको लूज करेंगे सब लोग, लड़की लोग प्यार भी नहीं करेंगे, they will think ये पागल आदमी है, right? Now मैं अपना एक्सपीरियंस से सारा वर्ल्ड को बोल रहा हूँ, जीतना है तो हंसना सीखो एंड सेंस ऑफ ह्यूमर करना सीखो, देन ओनली तुम जीत सकते हो, नहीं तो जीतना इम्पॉसिबल है, राइट? So then developed through experience, cross-functional value. No, nobody is interested. Like the other day, one of the companies asked me, sir, we are recruiting somebody. Can you be an expert also? I said, why not? Then I found that they're recruiting chartered accountants. So, and all chartered accountants are, sorry, they are falling on each other to prove how good chartered accountants they are. But friends, my only question to all of them was, what else can you do? I know you are a great chartered accountant, but I am not interested in that. What else can you do? Because my organization is getting totally minimized, only 6-7 persons. They should be able to do everything. Rest of the jobs will be done by machines, by artificial intelligence. इसलिए मेरे लिए important है आप, what else can you do? And then there are one chartered accountant, he said, sir, for 3 months I was looking after marketing in this company because the marketing fellow had resigned. And the CEO asked me, can you look after marketing for 3 months? I said, yes. Then he was so happy. He said, अरे तुम marketing chartered accountancy से और भी अच्छा कर रहे हो. Then दूसरा दिन HR का आदमी चला गया छुट्टी पे. I looked after HR also. I said, you are the perfect person for me. You are the multifunctional person, cross-functional value. Cross-functional value basically, what are the other areas in which you have expertise? आपका एक्सपर्टाइज मैंने देख लिया इस एरिया में है, कौन सा एरिया में हो, क्योंकि अभी का कंपनी में सबको मल्टी फंक्शनल होना पड़ेगा. ओके, आप तो पर्सनल लाइफ में इसको प्रैक्टिस करते हो. सेम थिंग इन द कॉर्पोरेट आल्सो. व्हेन आई वाज CEO, आई यूज्ड टू सी many of the managers, they will become very rigid. They will say it is not my job. The moment I transfer somebody from HR to marketing, you will say, sir, मैं तो नहीं कर पाऊंगा. I said, आप सब कर पाओगे, आप सीख लो 3-4 दिन हो जाएगा. Then एक लड़की को इस तरह में ट्रांसफर किया, इधर से फाइनेंस से उसको HR में डाला. So he also was reluctant. तो मैंने उसको बुला के फ्रेंडली पूछा, मैंने बोला, सी यू आर लाइक ए फ्रेंड एंड आई एम वेरी सीनियर, यू विल बी लाइक माय डॉटर. टेल मी, सपोज यू आर नॉट एबल टू फॉल इन लव एंड योर फादर वांट्स टू फाइंड आउट अ ग्रूम फॉर यू, व्हाट विल बी योर स्पेसिफिकेशन? टेल मी. Then she started telling. She said, I want somebody who should be earning high salary. मैंने बोला, number 1 लिख रहा हूँ. Number 2, he should be a very good singer because I love songs, so that he can bring a lot of romance to the air. So he should be a good singer. Number 3, he should be a good dancer. When we are singing and it is raining, then we can go out and dance, sir. It will be very romantic. So he should be a good dancer also. Okay. I said number 4. Now number 4, he should not have any dependent. No sister, no brother. And the parents are not there, it is better. Right? I said, see, for marrying in your personal life, if you have these 5 qualifications, that means you need a multifunctional husband. Do you agree? Now, yes, I need a multifunctional husband. I said, then what is my problem if in my company I want multifunctional employee? You said, no, you are committing a crime by asking HR guy to look after marketing. This is what you were saying. मगर पर्सनल लाइफ में उसको रोज कर रहे हो. तुमको मल्टीफंक्शनल हस्बैंड चाहिए, और एक लड़का को पूछूंगा तो उसको मल्टीफंक्शनल वाइफ चाहिए. अच्छा सैलरी ऐड करेगा तुम्हारे सैलरी के साथ, उसके साथ गाना गाएगा, उसके साथ अच्छा खाना बनाएगा, पेरेंट्स का सेवा करेगा, सब कुछ करेगी वो. सो यू नीड ए मल्टीफंक्शनल वाइफ, you need a multifunctional husband, but when you come to the company, you become so rigid. Do you think it is fair? It is extremely unfair on your part. So she agreed, and she immediately was happy to be posted in marketing department when I transferred from sales. And then, sorry, HR. And then she said, I'm enjoying this job, sir. Don't transfer me back to HR now. Okay. So this is how, we try to develop cross-functional skills. Now, in cross-functional, some of the examples are in cross-functional skills in humanistic values, or empathy, adaptability. These are also cross-functional. But it is in human. I gave you the example of corporates, but in human nature भी कोई क्या है? आप किसको पसंद करते हो? आप करते हो जो एम्पैथी दिखाता है, जो सिंपैथी दिखाता है, आप उसको हेट करते हो. Because the moment you are sympathizing somebody, you are putting him at a lower pedestal, that you are superior to him, you are higher than him, and that is why you are in a position to pity him, and nobody wants to be pitied. So if you pity somebody, then he will start hating you from that day itself, right? So empathy is the thing when somebody identifies himself with your position. And if you are suffering, he also mentally suffers. And that is how the bond is built. Adaptability, how adaptable you are. Okay, so the company is changing so fast. Now I gave you the examples how the company's expectation of employees are changing. They want multifunctional people. Now if you say I cannot do it, then I'll say, okay, thank you very much. I'll find out somebody who can do it. That is what I have done in my personal experience. I said, from tomorrow you have to do it. Because I can't afford to have 3 people here. You have to do it. Now only choice for you is to take 1 month time to learn. I am prepared to train you. But if you say I cannot do it, I have to say sorry. 1 month salary check में दे रहा हूँ, आप घर जाओ. Right? So adaptable आपको होना ही पड़ेगा. Unless you are adaptable, you are out. This is the situation. Now India is adopting. You see, it was never thought of earlier. Because the earlier days bureaucracy was so rigid. Bureaucracy, by the way, they are all administrators like me. I was in civil service. They are all. But now you look at the bureaucracy. They are so flexible. They are so adaptable. Okay, they are so adaptable. After Trump put the tariff, what they have done? They found out so many ways as to how to get out of it and then still become a superpower. Okay, so many baskets. Whether we can sell in America, Africa, we can sell in Europe, we can do this, that. So many things we are doing. And all these are coming from our ability to adapt to the new situation. Right? Okay. So where soft skills are important now? Employability. Employability is the most important factor. Otherwise, as I told, okay, if you cannot do it, I'll throw you out. I'll find out somebody. I don't say I'll throw you out. I give you time to adapt and try to master it. If you cannot do it, I'll find out somebody who can do it. That's very fair. Okay. So because I'll have to do it because it gives me cutting edge over competitor. I have already told you hard skill cannot give you cutting edge over competitor because the competitor is having also the same hard skill. So it counterbalances with each other. Then career growth critical for leadership role. Leadership किसको बनाया जाता है? Okay, that is what my chairman told when he made me CEO. He said, you have come from such a background, you came from HR background, then you came from little bit of marketing background, then you came from this supply chain background. But I find that you are good in being multifunctional. मेरे को चाहिए career growth के लिए, critical leadership role के लिए, somebody who should be expert in at least 4 areas. Right, that is what. Then workplace fit. Workplace fit means you should be fit for the organization any day, and that will happen only with collaboration. You try to learn from your body, you try to learn from your colleague, you try to learn from the marketing guy what the new strategy they are doing. Okay, because now everything has become online. Marketing में ज़्यादातर पहले था you go to the market, drop the bombshell there, and you sell your product. But now everything is happening through online. So then what are the new changes you have adopted? You learn from the marketing guy. What are the new changes you adopt? You learn from the production guy, because now you understand new production dynamics, new technologies have come. So collaboration, it enhances your workplace fit. You are considered fit for the workplace. Then remote work, all of you know, because during COVID time, most of us have done remote work. Okay, so it needs digital communication. I am also communicating with you, all of you, now digitally now, through language processing. Language processing is something where there is voice recognition. Most of you are familiar with. If you have Netflix at home and in your remote, you don't have to press anything. Just you in your voice you say, okay, I want to see a movie of this, that. This is the star. This is the star. Then immediately your voice recognition is there, and you get the exact thing. And adaptability again. Yeah. Yes. So in communication skill, verbal nonverbal, I explained to you public speaking. That is also verbal communication. Only in public speaking, important point is that you become a charismatic speaker like Narendra Modi or Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Okay, they are charismatic. For that matter, Lalu Yadav is a charismatic speaker, right? So when they do wonders with their words, so public speaking, then listening actively. Some people are passive listeners. They are listening, but everything is flying over their head. Okay, active listening. How will you know? When you ask questions and get feedback, which I do in my class every day. Once I teach, I'll ask somebody, yes, what I taught now, can you explain? If he cannot, then I throw him out of the class. So next time he sits in my class, very clear that sir छोड़ेंगे नहीं, मेरे को सुनना ही पड़ेगा, याद रखना पड़ेगा, नोट लेना ही पड़ेगा. So listening actively, writing professionally. Yes, most of us do not write professionally. That means it stands the smart test. Your writing should be there. Specific होना चाहिए, clear होना चाहिए. एकदम everything should be there. So then only it is your writing professional. And digital communication like we are doing now. So that all of you know, I need not explain. Because every day you are doing a lot of digital communication, right? So emotional intelligence is another aspect in soft skill. We give a lot of importance to that. We test also your emotional intelligence quotient, that is also tested. So their important part is self-awareness. Unless you are self-aware through SWOT analysis, what is your strength? What is your weakness? What is your opportunity? What are the threats? Once you know that, then you become self-aware. ये मेरा weakness है, इसको strength में convert करना है. ये मेरा strength है, उसको बढ़ाना है. ये मेरा threat है, can I convert it to opportunity? If so, how? Right? Like this, your all strategy comes through your self-awareness. Only when you know where do you stand, you can strategize and move on in your life. Then self-regulation, yes, many times regulation is put by the regulators, your parents, your teachers and all that. But I always encourage people to self-regulate. You should set up your own benchmark and regulate yourself. Empathy, I have explained to you. Then how do you manage emotion? Because simultaneously you have to be a successful employee. If you are not a successful employee, then you miss your promotion, you lose your job. You have to be a successful father because you have only one child. Gone are the days when there are 5 or 10 children, leaving everything to the law of natural selection. एक का गड़बड़ होगा तो second तो successful होगा, like our parents did. But now एक लड़का सब लोग करते हैं और उसको ही न्यूटन बनाना है, उसको ही सबसे सक्सेसफुल पर्सन बनाना है. So naturally parents are under pressure. So the father has to be a successful father there. सक्सेसफुल एम्प्लॉय होना पड़ेगा, सक्सेसफुल हस्बैंड होना पड़ेगा, otherwise the wife will run away, right? So when you have to be adding a lot of success and success embodiments to your, then how do you expect that hello sir, yeah, अरे एकटा slide আছে, so one slide is left. Okay, so that is self regulation, then empathy बोल दिया आपको, managing emotion, then conflict resolution, that also I have told you, problem solving and conflict resolution, they are part of the same thing. Okay, teamwork and collaboration I have already talked to you. Problem solving and critical thinking, critical thinking is, you know, making deep analysis and thinking, because in any sort of situation, corporate world, personal life, आप अगर जो crowd बोल रहा है वही बोलेंगे, वही सोचेंगे, then you have no place under the sun. If you have to place under the sun, you want to move up in life, you have to be जरा हटके वाली चीज बताओ, हटके वाली चीज बताओ, right? Something different, whether it is perhaps tariff issue or anything, थोड़ा हटके बताना. Okay, so these are the things. I think we have come to the end of it. Okay, so with this, I'll conclude, sirs, and I'll be happy to take a few questions from all of
Good evening, sir.
you. Very good evening.
This is
Very good evening, madam.
I understand that we expect, I mean, the corporate world expects a lot from the people who come for the interviews, and you want everybody to have an out of box thinking, and they have to know lots and lots of other things. And I think
Yeah.
this is the reason why the people have a lot of stress and depression issues. So how are
Absolutely.
you going to tackle that?
Yes, madam. Please go ahead. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So a lot of stress you are telling that there's stress. Then what is your question, madam?
My question is, because the companies are expecting so many sort of extra things, like a person trains himself to be an expert in one aspect, but the companies expect a lot of other thing, and the individual has to have a sort of a out of box thinking. He should know the other things also. Otherwise, he's not fit for a job. So I find today that a lot of youngsters have this stress, and they go into depressions because they are not able to tackle the situations. So don't you think that, I mean, there should be, I mean, some method by which we should make our people more comfortable?
See, ma'am, I'll take you to what this Narayan Murthy and the L&T head and all that they said, that you should work for 50 hours per week or 80 hours per week and all that. So I am not going into that. But from my own experience, I've seen, as long as you are enjoying your job, stress will never come to you. It will never come to you. But if you don't enjoy your job, it will come to you.
But the
Like
state,
my,
but the
like,
state,
sorry.
but the state of enjoyment comes only after certain experience.
No,
We
but
start from scratch, right? We don't start enjoying right on the first day,
may
right?
not be first day, but definitely from second, third day. Like when I joined at the junior level as assistant manager in HR, the first day itself when I tried to update the salary slips of so many people and I completed, I had a hearty smile and I enjoyed that job and I told everybody, अरे आज मैंने बहुत काम किया है. I never felt stressed. So it is totally your mental concept, madam.
No, it is
Once you
first one.
once you program your mind again
Yeah.
that I am doing this job because I am enjoying it. And if I don't enjoy, I'll not do it. That is the reason I'll share with you. I have changed 7 jobs, and all these jobs are excellent, top class jobs. Whether it is RBI,
if you
and,
sorry,
and why did I change?
yeah,
Because I didn't enjoy the job. I did not enjoy the job. I did not enjoy the job. If I'm enjoying my job now, my day started at 8 o'clock to going to Bank of Baroda, delivering lectures for 3 hours, taking 4 classes in the university, sitting with you now. I can sit for another 5 hours. No problem. I'm enjoying it, madam. I'm enjoying it at the age of 68.
at the
Nobody should have the guts to tell me. Nobody should have the guts to tell me that you are tired, or you need rest, or you need to retire. No. As long as I'm enjoying, I'm doing it. So all the youngsters today, barring a very few, who need a lot of counseling, they need to take the help of yoga, this and that. They do. I counsel, and they say we are stressed, sir. Then I say yes, you do this, do that, and they are happy. And then next month their variable salary has gone up to 70%. They invite me for lunch. They say, sir, you said I am enjoying it, that I am in a position to host a lunch to you today because you encouraged me to work hard, and I got a 70% variable salary today. So, madam, I don't think any youngster is feeling, stressful and all that. Maybe some few, they can be counseled by their parents. And if you find somebody like that, please send to me. I'll counsel him and let me see how he feels stressed. He will not feel stressed.
okay.
Sir, myself R.K. Modi.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, you said that communication with body language is effective.
Yes,
So
yes.
how we can acquire this body language? Because everybody cannot have this.
अरे मोदी सर, आपको बोला ना मैंने, मैं जो पहले सिविल सर्विस में था, मेरा बॉडी लैंग्वेज स्टिफ था, स्टिफ. बाद में वो बॉडी लैंग्वेज कैसे चेंज हुआ? That I became the most lovable person in the corporate. I am the most lovable person in the campus. Everywhere I go, they love me. They say, sir, आपका anecdote, आपका sense of humor, आपका smile, your smile is so bewitching smile. Somebody gave this jargon for me. Bewitching smile. Right. So what I'm telling is, sir, मैं अगर change कर दिया एक stiff necked person. I was very stiff necked earlier. कि हंसूंगा तो कोई लड़की मेरे को पसंद नहीं करे, तो मैं हंसना बंद कर दिया. आई स्वेयर सर, माय पेरेंट्स दे सेड कि तू लूज जैसा है फैं करेगा तो कौन सा लड़की तेरे पास आएगा? तो नेचुरली आई डिडंट हैव एनी गर्लफ्रेंड आल्सो. सो बट सब्सिक्वेंटली आई फाउंड दैट दीज आर यूजलेस लॉजिक. तो बॉडी लैंग्वेज सर आप चेंज कर सकते हो. मैं आपको रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा, कल से आप सबको जिसको मिलेंगे आप हंसिए, और कोई अगर उसके बदले में आपके ऊपर गुस्सा हो जाता है तो मेरे को गाली दीजिए. अगर आपको हंस के वो आके आपको हैंडशेक नहीं करता है, आपको थैंक्स नहीं देता है, तो फिर देखेंगे. आई हैव ट्राइड इट सर, एंड ओनली इन केस ऑफ गर्ल्स आई टेल देम टू बी बिट केयरफुल, बिकॉज सबको देख के हंसेंगे तो देयर विल बी अ लॉट ऑफ रॉन्ग सिग्नल्स, उनके पीछे लाइन लग जाएगा. बट एज फार एज मेन आर कंसर्न, आई थिंक दे आर इन वेरी सेफ wicket. We are very safe. We are very lucky.
Sir, my second question is, you said about leadership is, I have heard that leadership is God gifted. So
Yeah,
how?
you are right. You are right.
So
You are
how?
right. You are right.
If I
I teach. I should share with you. I teach leadership skill to my management students. उनको पूरा 7 लीडरशिप स्किल पढ़ा के उनको पागल कर देता हूँ. तो सब लोग तो अच्छा लीडर बन जाते हैं, मगर कॉर्पोरेट में जाके ओनली 1 out of the 10 becomes a successful leader. The others, they are just followers. They are just followers, managers. They've ended up becoming managers. But my students, they become vice president, senior vice president, and I feel so proud. They say, आपने मेरे को पढ़ाया. मैंने बेटा तुमको जो पढ़ाया था, वही तो पढ़ाई मैंने और 12 का दिया था, और 12 गड्ढे हो गए, तुम कैसे घोड़ा बन गए? ठीक है. तो Yes, sir.
Okay,
So,
sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
I think because of the positive time, I will not be take up any question. I think it was an excellent presentation by Dr. Nandi. Nandi essentially talked about two things. That is a combination of the soft skill and the hard skills. That makes a perfect leader. If you really want to become a good leader, if you really want to become successful in life, whether we are talking about in a corporate life or whether we are talking professional life or we are talking about a personal life, you need to combine yourself both the traits, and that is the combination of the technical skills and the soft skills. That was an excellent talk by you, Professor Nandi. We are really grateful to you. May I move over to the next item,
but
Emmanuel, if you are there to give a formal vote of thanks, and then hand over to Professor
but
Bagade.
before that, sir, before that, kindly allow me to share here to before everybody that Dr. Sengupta is like my elder brother, my mentor. So whatever I have achieved in my life, major contribution goes to him. So I'm very grateful to him. So always find out a good mentor if you want to be successful in your life. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mr. Emmanuel, if you are there for vote of thanks.
Sir, I think he's absent. So what I will do, I will give, sir.
Yeah, please give. Kuldeep, Dr. Kuldeep, yeah, please. Kuldeep, unmute karo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Good evening, all. I am Dr. Kuldeep, Secretary, Indian Society for Training and Development, Navi Mumbai chapter. It gives me an immense pleasure to give vote of thanks of today's webinar. I would like to give my thanks to Dr. A.K. Gupta, Director, SIES School of Learning and Leadership Development and founder, Higher Education Forum, Professor Jayaprakash Bagade, sir, Chairperson, Indian Society for Training and Development, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar chapter, and Dr. Vaishali Patil, Chairperson, ISTD Navi Mumbai chapter, for their unwavering support and motivation in organizing today's webinar. I would extend my special gratitude to Dr. Keshab Nandy for sharing his wonderful thoughts on the given topic. Last but not least, I would extend my thanks to Team ISTD Sambhajinagar, SIES, SL and LD, HEF Higher Education Forum, ISTD Navi Mumbai chapter, and of course, all esteemed participants for their active participation. Thank you so much. And with this, over to you, Bagade sir.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sen Gupta, Dr. Nandi, for a
Thank you
wonderful
very much,
session.
madam. Thank you very much,
Yeah,
madam.
thank you. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
sir. It is a splendid time we spent quality, and more than that,
Thank
the
you very
wisdom
much,
you
sir.
shared with us.
Wonderful
It was,
lecture,
Thank you very
Nandiji.
much.
Wonderful
Excellent.
lecture.
it was,
Thank you.
it was all your blessings only. It was
And
all your blessings. And thank you very much.
Sengupta ji is not only your mentor, he is our mentor also.
Yes,
He's my
Yes,
mentor
sir.
I
and
know, I
guru.
know,
Thank
I
you.
know,
We agree.
I know, I know. So thank you very much, sir. Thanks all of you. Thanks, madam. Thanks all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sen
Namaskar.
Gupta ji, for continuing
Namaskar.
uplifting us to a higher level of next
Yes,
life.
yes,
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bagade sir. Jayaprakash Bagade sir.
Okay, sir. Namaskar, namaskar, namaskar.
Once again, thank you everyone for joining us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.